Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with the Mad About Mini paper pad hop for January and the January hop Baby Got Scraps, using up our scraps. So for the Mad About Mini paper pads, I'm using this Jen Hadfield homemade Simple Life paper pad. It's a 6x6. I have about 10 sheets of paper left when I get started on this layout, but I also have a pile of scraps from this collection. I've just been using strips and cutting things out with my die cuts and my Cricut. And so I've been keeping pieces that are big enough to do things with. So I want to use a lot of that. I got a 12 by 12 off-white paper and the cutest pictures you might ever see in your whole life of my grandson on his first Thanksgiving meal. I have some embellishments and perspectives for my title. And then I have these 3 leaf dies that I'm going to use some of those scraps up to make. And so I have my paper pad, my scraps, my pictures and embellishments. So let's see how this goes. So first things first, I'm going to start by using as many of these scraps that are going to work for me. I didn't want a ton of black, and there's a lot of black scraps in here, so I'll have to find a layout to work with those. But I did use any of the blue, any of the floral, some that had yellow because I wanted to bring the yellow out. He has yellow, red, and orange in his hat other than the brown. And I also decided to use a perspective that says Cozy Days. That's got like a dark purpley color to it. So I'm going to use a little bit of purple in here. Not a whole lot, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind having like a pop of just one color. So after I spend a good quality chunk of time making those leaves, because I only had the 3. If I had a bunch, it would have been easier, but I only had the 3, so I just had to keep rolling it through. So I take a bunch of these scraps that I'd cut arrows out of, and I I quadruple mat this picture of my grandson up close with that little sweet smile. Has 4 scraps, or 3 scraps, and then one of them was one of the full 6x6 paper that I trimmed out. That picture originally is a 4x4. And then the other picture of my grandson asleep on my shoulder that one of our ministers at church took, I triple mat that with one of them is a scrap. 2 of them are full 6x6 from the paper pad. And then I end up matting the whole thing on black cardstock because I didn't have anything else dark that was big enough that would work. And then I just take this pencil and loosely mark where the pictures are going to go because I want to start doing these leaves, but then I decided to add a little mixed media. I feel like I was trying to match some of the stuff from the picture. So that's why this yellow is so bold and not kind of a tamer, lighter color. So I decided that I'm just going to put a little something back here mixed media wise. The leaves are going to cover the majority of it, but there's holes in all those little leaves. And so that color is going to pop out in those spaces. So right now I'm putting it in the 2 spaces between the 2 pictures, but then I want to make a 3rd little cluster up here at the top. Nothing major, but I do want to have a little color up there. Now right now it looks a little crazy. I used Harvest Moon, which is a distressed mica stain by Tim Holtz, and also another distressed mica stain, Burning Ember. And then I'm going to come in after and use Villainous Potion, which is just a distressed oxide. And I just do a little of the purple to bring a smidge of purple in there. And it's the darkest purple I have, so that's why I wanted to use that. But like I said, a lot of that's getting covered, and you're just going to kind of see it peeking through the leaves, which is the concept. That's what I wanted. So I get all those on there, and then I just start laying leaves down. So singly, you can barely see some of those leaves because they're very light colored, but they're going to have, I'm going to layer them up and use every single leaf that I cut out with my die cut, and get those on here. And I just take and lay them down. And the hardest part of using these is my mixed media is still a little wet because that's the way I roll. And the die cuts are very thin, so I'm trying to put glue down. So I get that first picture down, and then there's so many layers of paper. I'm going to put some foam underneath where my other picture is going to go because it's going to be really humpy looking, like it's gonna have a big divot if I don't. So I put this thin, it's not Fun Foam, there's no sticky on either side, so I use some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to get that down, because I always use liquid glue when I'm working with mixed media. If it's not going to be on the mixed media, it's fine. And I will use double-sided tape or my ATG gun, but also will add liquid glue just for the instant stick, but then that long-term hold. So I put the Cozy Days right here. So that's going to cover some of that mixed media up there at the top, because I felt like it was the best place for the title. It kind of looks a little bit like it doesn't stand out as much in the video, but like in person, it is very obviously there. Like it's not blending in at all. It stands out. And then I have these three little flat back brad, flares. One of them says, hold on, let me pull it up here closer. I will always love you. And then one of them says nuts about you. And then one's just a star to bring that purple color in. So I get those on here. Tuck in some other little things like this little envelope with the florals on it that helps bring all those colors back. And I'm going to put a little wordy bit on here. It says family. There's a little tag on it. Already says autumn. I'm going to put a little wordy bit up here at the top. Says noteworthy. I want to put this little happy days on this picture of my grandson smiling, because he's smiling and he's so cute. So I put that there, but kind of coming off a little bit. I got these couple little tags that I'm going to put down here, banners that I'm going to put down here with a leaf and the little nut. So that kind of blends with everything else I'm doing. And then there's like a couple wordy phrases. One says nature's best, and then one says snuggle up, and I thought that was super cute. And this little black one right here says gather together. So I want to put that on there, and really that is it. I used a lot of the papers and a lot of the scraps. I'm going to throw the itty bitties that it won't work on a die cut away. Everything else that's at least big enough for like a branding strip thickness so that I can do like some layers, I will keep in a little Ziploc bag and hopefully do another Mad About Mini paper pads layout with this collection. Maybe find a way to use it up. The papers don't all go together like, I don't know, the patterns don't really work as well together. It's kind of a random mix. It's got like florals, but it's also got a lot of black and a lot of like, there's music notes, wood grain, but all the wood grain's gone, of course, and bricks, which are also gone. So it's just kind of an odd combination. So, but I feel like I used it in a really good way. I love the leaves. I love how it turned out. And I am thrilled. So here is the close-up. I hope you'll go check out everybody else who is doing the Mad About Mini paper pads. They will be listed below in my description box, as well as the Baby Got Scraps hop. That is a playlist, as well as they're listed below in the description box. So I hope you'll go check all them out. I would love it if you'd come hang out with me some more, because I'm hoping to be here every day in January. So far, so good, you all. I've been here every day so far, and I think I've got stuff set up through next week sometime. And I'm just keep having happy mojo days, and so that makes me happy. And so does that face. Look at that face. Just want to chew on those cheeks. Anyway, so for no other reason, you come back and see more pictures of that cute boy. So anyway, I'd love it if you'd give me a thumbs up if you like this video and or my layout. I would thank you very much for hanging out with me. Hope you'll come back again really soon. And I hope you have a great day. Hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.